Hello, it's Caroline Balinska from eCommerce Backstage Pass. I'm back in Barcelona, so I got back about 6 hours ago, and yes, it's been a long trip. It was 24 hours flying. I was only in Australia for about a week, so it's been a long day today, and I'm back, and I've got a few more hours of work, and then I'm off to bed. I'm up on my rooftop. You can see, you can't really see the sunset all that nicely from here. Hi Fiona, good to have you here. So I'm up here on my rooftop because for some reason I don't have any internet connection inside my apartment and my internet hasn't been connected yet. So I wanted to talk about 3 ways to fast track your success in e-commerce, and this is sort of in any business. People ask me why I'm so into masterminds. There's also coaching and things, so I just want to explain what the differences are. I'm really in love with the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and he really does discuss masterminds in a lot of details, and he talks about how a mastermind can really make a huge difference to your business. So I just wanted to go through quickly. I'm not going to take very long on this, but just explain quickly the differences. So there's masterminds. There's private group coaching where you get one-on-one help but inside a small group situation, and then there's also private coaching. Then of course you've got these things like downloadable videos, and then you've also got just reading blogs or reading articles or being in membership programs where everything's sort of done for you. But I just want to talk about the 3 ones that really fast track, and I guess the difference is, just to give you an example, I do all these free training videos, and I also help people. I've got a lot of free downloadable bits of advice. And really, if you were to follow everything that I talk about on a regular basis and all the freebies that I give away, all the downloads and all the videos that I do, you can do all of that, but it's probably going to take you a year, maybe even longer, to actually get through all of that information and decipher which parts you need and exactly how that's going to help you. So I'm not saying that you can't do it that way. You definitely can. You can go through and read blog posts and read information from different people, and you'll eventually get there on your own. But if you look at all the biggest people in the world, Gary Vaynerchuk, you look at all these big people, these big names, they've all had Tony Robbins, it doesn't matter who it is, you look at them and they've all had some sort of mentoring, some sort of coaching privately at some stage, and it really does make a difference. I've done masterminds, I've had private coaches, I've done all sorts of private training, and I think as a business owner these days, especially when you're online, we don't have a huge amount of outlay. We don't have to worry about having a shop. We don't have to worry about having staff that we have to pay on a daily basis inside a shop, or pay the bills for insurance of having a shop, and in case someone falls over. We're saving all that money in those areas. So it's a really good idea to think about how else you can spend your money, and the most practical ways to do it. And that would be getting help as a business owner and learning how to do business properly, and also with your marketing. Those are the 2 areas. I really recommend that you get some help. So just to help you understand the differences. So first of all, you have private coaching. Now, private coaching would be your most expensive option. That would be where you work with someone one-on-one. I do private coaching with people as well. And you want to choose someone who actually has either been through it before or has had a lot of success. So there's people out there that call themselves a business coach because they'll say, I've been doing this for 3 months and now I want to teach you how I do it. Those are not the people that you want to be paying a lot of money to. So find someone that's been around for a long time that you can actually get advice from. That is what I recommend. Getting a private coach who's really good is going to be your fastest way to getting success. It's the absolute fastest, and you'll find that your money's going to come back to you 100-fold when done properly. It's definitely worth it. It's a larger outlay, but it's the fastest way to get success. Then you work down from there, and you've got group coaching, which is what my eCommerce Backstage Pass is, and that would be, it's like private coaching, except it's in a slightly bigger group. So you've got, 5 to 10, sometimes a few more, maybe 15 people, but anything bigger than that, and then you're starting to get into too many people in a group to actually get too much help on your own. So you want to find groups where it's less than 15 people, and then you want to be meeting. It might be weekly, it might be monthly. and then everything's private, customized for your business. So like in my e-commerce backstage pass, I find out where everyone is at the beginning of the program, and then over that 6 weeks, each week, if we're talking about emails, then I'll be able to talk to each individual person on those calls and say, this is what you need to do. So that's your second option, and that's great because you are in a situation where you are not paying for a private coach because it's not one-on-one, but it's a small group, so you're still getting that same type of help, but it's just in a group environment. That's also a good idea as well, because sometimes you forget to ask a question and then someone else asks that question, and you can get advice from that as well. So having that sort of option is really good as well. And then you've got the third type, and that's mastermind. So mastermind is something that, like I just said at the beginning, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, the book, he talks about it, he swears by them. Masterminds are a little bit different again. There's two different types of masterminds. You can have a mastermind where you have just a group of like-minded people and you get together on a weekly or monthly basis or bi-monthly basis, and you discuss your what's been going on in your business over that month. Everyone gets a chance to talk, and say, for instance, if it's my turn to talk and I say, hey, this week I've had a really big problem with my emails, I'm not sure what I did wrong, this is what I was doing, and then other people in the group would give their advice and say, oh, well, what about trying this, what about trying this? So it's like you have peers that can help you. But then there's another type of mastermind, and those are the ones that I run, is where you have someone like me who actually runs the group as the expert, but we are not there, we're not always just giving advice. We sort of take control of the group and we look after it and we nurture it and we help you along the way, but we're not actually there to give all of we're not the only ones talking. So we let everyone have a chance to talk. So say, for instance, if someone said in the group, hey, I'm not sure what I'm doing with my emails this week, then I would wait for everyone or a few people to respond and say, what about this, or try it this way. And then if I think someone's giving the wrong advice, then I would jump in and say, hey, actually, that's not correct, or you should try this. So I work as like a mediator in that situation, but also giving advice, but it allows you to get advice from more than just one person. It's the cheapest way to go. So if you really want to fast track your success, and you're looking at doing it on a budget, then masterminds are definitely by far the best way to go, because you've got someone there, especially with a mediator, with someone like me there, then you still get that advice, but you've also got the advice of your peers as well. So those are the three main ones, and then you work backwards and you go into just video training, where the course is much cheaper, but it's just downloadable videos. Sometimes I have a Facebook group that goes with that, but it's a lot harder. And I can tell you from teaching, and I've actually got my teaching license in Australia for adult education, and I can tell you it's much easier for me to give advice even by video like this, or it's best off when we're actually on a live call together. So I get a group of people together on Skype and give them the help where we can walk through it. Like when I have my groups on masterminds, we do it on Skype, and I can share screens with the people who have an issue, and we can walk through everything on the spot. Because on a Facebook messaging group, while you can get some advice, you can't get everything told to you in that situation. So, these any sort of help you're going to get can be great, but it just depends on how fast you want to get through it, and you want to make sure that you're getting the right advice. So just being in a group and asking questions. I jump into Facebook groups all the time and I see people giving the wrong advice. They shouldn't be giving advice, so you need to be careful of that. So if you're really ready to fast track, then you want to be either getting a private coach, you want to be in some sort of mini group, like a group coaching program with a small group of people, which is all live coaching, or you want to be in a mastermind. Those are the three best ways to get fast-tracked success. So today what I wanted to offer you is I actually am running a free group for anyone that wants to join. It was for another lot of people, but I've got a few spots left today. In about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I've got a spot left, and also tomorrow I've got a couple of spots left, and that's for a mastermind group. You can come on for free, come and see what a mastermind's about. If you haven't been in a mastermind, it's a really great way that you can come in find out what it's all about. I'll be running it, and I'll be running it as I would a normal paid event. So a normal mastermind would run I like to do them at least twice a month normally when it's a paid mastermind, because I think anything more than that, you need a bit more help than that. So you can come in today or tomorrow and be involved as if it's a real it is a real mastermind, but I'll run it as a full mastermind, but it's a free one. You can come on for free. Scott's saying I'd like to come on to that. Scott, just shoot me through a private message and give me your email address, and I'll send you the link once I get off this call. So anyone else who wants to come on, just send me a private message and send me your email address, and I'll send you the link for that. Come on and see what it's all about. You can really understand what a mastermind's about. I'll run through everything properly. You can get an idea, because it is a really great way that I can tell you as a business owner of more than 15 years that something comes up on a weekly basis, usually a daily basis, but it's really nice that you can know that you've got a group of people that I'm going to touch base with them on the first and the third Tuesday of every month, or whatever day it is. I'm going to touch base with those people, and I've got this problem, and I know that I'm going to have someone to help me through that issue. So masterminds, if you can't afford to have private coaching or group coaching, then masterminds are definitely the best way to fast track yourself to success. And you'll find as you start to do masterminds, you're going to get very quickly, you're going to start making more money. And then you can start going into private coaching and group coaching. So I'm just going to read some questions here. So Richard's saying, hi, Caroline, glad to see you made it back safe from Australia. Thanks, Richard. Yes, I'm safe. I'm tired, but I'm safe. And Richard's saying, how long do you continue to keep a business running without showing a profit? Or should you make changes to improve business, or get advice on what you should do to help show a profit? Let me see more. Like call an expert in. Okay, so Richard's asking what's the time frame. I don't know what it's like in other countries. I know in Australia the longest you can go running a business without making a profit is 3 years. So you can run a business for up to 3 years without making a profit. Once you get to 3 years, then the tax department starts coming down on you and saying, what are you doing? Why aren't you making a profit? That's legally tax-wise. What's my answer to your question, Richard? My answer is you want to be making a profit straight away. There's too many people go into business on their own, and really they've just bought themselves a job. And that's, one thing that I say a lot is that, don't buy yourself a job. You don't want to be earning less working for yourself than what you were if you just go and work at the local supermarket. There's nothing worse, because not only are you earning less, you've got the stress, you've got all the other anxiety, everything else. So if you're going to run a business, you want it to be making you much, much more than if you were just to go and get a job. So how much, when should you get help? You should get help as soon as you feel like you need to get help. I think that I'm still in masterminds to this day. I'm always working. I always find people that are better than me or at my level, and I can talk to them on a regular basis. I don't think that ever stops. You look at all these big, successful people, they're always doing those sort of things. So it's not a matter of I'll do it for a short time. As you grow, you're going to join different groups, and you're going to be with more successful people that are like you, more people that can help you. So I think that never, ever stops. And Richard's saying, amen to that, making a profit right from off the bat. That's right. I've been in business for so many years, and nothing sucks more than running a business and looking at my friends that work 9 to 5, and they're sitting there and they come home, they don't care about their job at the end of the day, and they're making more money than what I am. That's when I realized that my business is not successful. That's happened to me in 15 years. It happens to everyone. So you really need to be in a situation where you are making more money than what you could have just working for someone else. So I'm going to go, because I think the light is actually cutting out here. I think I've lost the end of usually stays really light, but we're going into autumn. So losing the light. Richard is saying, I'm at the very early stages and need help starting up. Richard, come onto the mastermind tonight. It's on in about an hour and a half. Send me a private message with your email address. I think I've got it anyway, but send me a private message. I'll send you a link, or come to the one tomorrow and come and see what a mastermind's about. So anyone else, I'm going to go because the light's cutting out. I'm trying to get some more light. Anyone else that wants to join for this mastermind today or tomorrow, please send me a private message and I'll shoot you through a link. Come and join, see what it's all about, see what the fuss is about, see why people are so impressed with them, see why Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich brings it up in at least 4 of the different subjects, 4 of the different chapters in his book, because it really is an amazing way to get, your business really successful. So great to have you all here, and thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you at the mastermind. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is the Q&A, so if you've got questions about e-commerce, send me through the questions or come on live and I'll answer any questions you might have. See you later. Bye.